Hey guys, and welcome to One Keys. Today, I'll be going over the basics of strumming. I see so many people who start learning the guitar, but they have either bad habits or common mistakes when they're strumming. And those habits and mistakes can be very difficult to fix when you get used to them. So I'll be going over how to strum the guitar properly, as well as few strumming patterns that can get you started playing the chords in different ways. And now, let's dive right into the layout properly. The first mistake that people make is tensing up their arms. When you tense up, not only does it make it hard for you to move your arm up and down, but it can even cause a wrist injury. So what you should do is relax both your arm as well as your wrist so that your arm and your wrist can move together up and down the strings smoothly. The best analogy I can give you is to have your arm out and you're trying to shake off your hand. And that is the very motion that you should have when you're strumming the strings. So take a look at my arm when I am strumming. You can see that both my wrist as well as my arm is moving together and they are relaxed. Now that we've learned to keep our arm relaxed, let's move on to our first basic strumming pattern. A strumming pattern is a combination of down strums and up strums that let you play chords in many different styles. And I'll focus on strumming patterns that take up 4 beats, and every beat will be divided in 2, and we will put an and between every beat. So for example, we will be counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And this first basic strumming pattern is one of the most basic patterns that you will need to learn, and it will guide you to playing other strumming patterns that are more difficult to play. So for this strumming pattern, you'll need to alternate between a down strum and an up strum on every count. I'll show you the pattern on the G chord that we learned in the last lesson. With the counting, the pattern looks like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now this may be easy to some of you and hard for some others, but you will need to get used to alternating between a down strum and an up strum in order to move on to harder strumming patterns. Also keep in mind that you don't need to hit all of the strings on an up strum, but just 3 to 5 strings will be fine. Another important thing to note is that you'll need to have a consistent flow of your arm going up and down the strings when you strum. This will be important as we go on to other strumming patterns. Now, I know this may not be easy for everyone to do, so if you need some time to practice, then feel free to pause the video and practice the strumming until it feels natural to you. So now let's move on to the second strumming pattern. This pattern is very similar to the first one, except you will be taking out the up strums on the beats 1 and 3. That means you will be taking out the up strums on the ands after 1 and the 3. So if you do that, it will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3. Here's a second mistake that people might make. I mentioned to have a consistent flow of your arm moving up and down while you're strumming, and that helps you to keep a steady beat, and it also makes it easier for you to keep track of your strumming pattern. But if you don't have that constant up and down motion, it disrupts your rhythm and there's a higher chance for you to mess up in your strumming pattern. So whether you're going slow or fast, always try to keep a steady beat and going up and down at a consistent pace. Moving on to the third strumming pattern, this pattern is probably the trickiest one out of the 3. So I suggest that you move on to the third one once you're able to comfortably play the first 2 patterns. This pattern is very similar to the second pattern. You will remove the up strum on beat 1 just like the second pattern, but on beat 3 you will remove the down strum instead of the up strum, and the resulting pattern will sound like this. 1 give you an idea of how it sounds when it's faster, here it is. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you guys just started learning to play the guitar, I know there's a lot of information thrown at you guys, but as you work on your strumming as well as transitioning from chord to chord, I know that you guys will get better at playing the guitar in no time. I hope you guys have a great day and see you in the next one.